How does Bello, Bard of Brambles interact with the Theros gods? Specifically, how does Bello interact with them and their if your devotion to a colour is less than X, this god isn't a creature ability. This was initially going to be a short, but I figured there would be too many questions that I couldn't cover in 60 seconds. So in this video, I'm going to cover the 4 basic scenarios that could come up with Bello and the gods. They'll be chaptered below, so you can refer to them in future if you need to. So let's quickly cover the 2 cards we'll be looking at. First, there's Bello, Bard of the Brambles, a 3 mana 3/3 that says, during your turn, each non-equipment, artifact, and non-aura enchantment you control with mana 4 or greater is a 4/4 elemental creature in addition to its other types and has indestructible, haste, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. The next card, or cards, we need to look at are the Theros gods. Specifically, the ones that cost 4 mana or more, of which there are 17. But if we're looking at just the ones we can play in a Bello commander deck, there are currently only 5. The 2 versions of Nylea, the 2 versions of Porphyros, and Xenagos. Each of the gods are enchantment creatures, however, if your devotion to a certain colour or colours is below the threshold, these gods are not creatures. It's important to understand that both Bello's ability and the god's not a creature ability are both continuous effects. And when you hear the words continuous effect, aka anything that would change the printed information on a card, you know we need to look at layers. Let's break this down. While I'm not going to cover layers completely in this video, all you need to know is that there are 7 types of continuous effects, and they apply in order from top to bottom of the layers list. If you would like to learn more about layers, check out this video here. So looking at Bello's ability, we can see that they're setting the power and toughness, that's layer 7B, they're changing or adding a type, that's layer 4, and they're adding abilities, that's layer 6. Next, if we look at the god's devotion ability, we can see that they're removing creature type, so that takes place in layer 4. The next thing we need to take note of is that both Bello and the gods have their creature type add or removing ability trying to apply on layer 4. So how do we work out which one we apply first? In this case, we apply them in timestamp order. Whichever card enters play first will have the earlier timestamp and their ability will be applied first. Now we have that out of the way, let's jump into some examples. Scenario 1, you played Bello first, then you played a god, and you do meet the devotion requirements. So we go down the layers list, we'll start at layer 4, Bello's ability will apply first, giving the god the elemental and creature types. Since we do have devotion, the not a creature ability doesn't apply here. We then get to layer 6 and Bello will give the god indestructible, haste, and the draw ability. And then we finally get to layer 7B and set the god's power and toughness to 4/4. Scenario 2, you played Bello first, then you played a god, and you do not meet the devotion requirement. Again, we go down the layers list, starting at layer 4. Bello's ability will be applied, granting the elemental and creature types. But because we don't have devotion in this example, the god will then apply their not a creature ability and remove their creature type. Again, we apply abilities that happen on the same layer in timestamp order. Bello was in play first, so their abilities will be applied first, then the gods. We continue through layer 6 and 7B, and the god will be a 4/4 legendary enchantment with indestructible, haste, and the draw ability. However, because it's not a creature, it will not be able to attack. Scenario 3 and 4, you played the god first, then you played Bello. And if you've been keeping up, you'll know for these scenarios, it actually doesn't matter if you have devotion or not. Let's go through the layers. Once again, we'll start at layer 4, and let's assume you don't have devotion. So we'll apply the not a creature ability first, then because Bello has the later timestamp now, we'll apply their ability second and give the god back the creature type along with Elemental. We'll rinse and repeat layers 6 and 7B, and you'll end up with a 4/4 legendary enchantment creature god Elemental with Indestructible, Haste, and the Draw ability. The exact same outcome happens if you do have enough devotion for your god as well. One final note for all of these examples, do remember that Bello's ability only applies during your turn. The gods act like normal on everybody else's turn. So, if you want to learn more about layers, be sure to check out this video here. Remember to like the video if you learned something, and subscribe, because if you don't, I'll make Bello accidentally summon the Eldrazi to Bloomburrow, thanks to the Hedron in his staff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.